we got our individual tents set up. So now we're kind of going through the list of what we have to do. We know we're going to have to process some firewood.
I got my chainsaw for that.
And then you've also got another community shelter option that we're going to set up since we don't know how long we're going to be here.
Exactly. I've got a canvas wheel and lean, which I really like in the winter time because it allows me to have a campfire and be able to cook right under the shelter without having to worry about burning any holes in it or anything.
And that's a really cool thing about doing a scenario like this as a team. But having some assets like that, if I was on my own, I wouldn't have that access to that wheel and lean. So we're getting ready to set up Primal Outdoors wheel and lean up here. So I'm just gonna get a couple of these branches out of our way. We'll string it right up here on this hillside, then we'll be able to sit right here in between it. It's getting dark fast, so we want to get the wheel and lean set up, get a fire pit built, and get kind of all ready for the night. So that by the time dark comes around, we've got all of our critical stuff set up. Another solid piece of kit is these silky saws. This is the Silky Big Boy with the large tooth pattern, and I also have two others, the Silky Big Boy with the medium tooth pattern and the Silky Big Boy 2000 XL with the large tooth pattern or extra large tooth pattern. Alright, so I'm just putting the finishing touches on a little reflective wall for the fire for us. This will do two things. One, it'll help keep the smoke channeling up and away from us. And number two, it'll help retain some of the heat back behind the wall and allow us to get away with a smaller fire. And we should be nice and toasty sitting right back up underneath the wheeling. Pretty soon, once the fire burns down to some coals, we'll probably cook a little dinner. Well, Primal Outdoors had an opportunity to stop by the grocery store and pick up some nice fat steaks, but in the meantime, I'm having one of my favorite snacks, a little bit of Druvors from Bry Time, and a nice chunk of rusk. How those steaks looking, Primal Outdoors?
They're looking pretty good. Looks pretty fucking good, actually. Aren't you glad that my scenario allowed me to stop by the store?
I am. After enjoying our steaks and some good conversation around the campfire, I headed off to my rooftop tent for the night. Alright, well, I'm just crawling into bed. We had dinner, so I've got all my stuff kind of lined out here in my rooftop tent. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the layout in here. I always kind of have my clothing bag over there on the left, got my boots, got my pistol and stuff handy by the bed. Sleeping as always in my Wiggy sleeping bag, or one of my Wiggy sleeping bags. So as far as bugging out like this just for a short-term natural disaster, this is a really viable scenario. For me, you know, this is really comfortable. This rooftop tent is kind of like my home away from home, and I really enjoy being out in the woods. So again, the point of this run is just to make sure that I have all the stuff that this would be an option for me if I chose to go this direction in the event of a fire or a flood or something like that that wouldn't allow me to get back to my home if I was away from my home, or something that would force me to evacuate my home for a period of time.
Well, good morning, guys. I'm just finally waking up. It was really comfortable last night. I'm in my 0-degree sleeping bag. I don't think it even got down below freezing last night, so it was very, very toasty. So I'm just having a little breakfast. This is like my answer for everything. I like to have a little Druvor and rusk first thing in the morning. And then I'm having a little caffeine gel pack in here, and then I'll crawl out of the tent and go up and get a fire started. get some coffee on, some real coffee on.
I've got my first cup of coffee going on my Expedition Research Blaze Solo stove. I'm going to gather up a little tinder, and we've got a little bit of wood left. We should have a few more rounds of wood left from what we packed up last night, so we'll bring up a little bit more wood and we should be good for the morning. Feels like it's hovering right around freezing, just above freezing, so the snow's starting to crisp up a little bit, but it's not too cold and miserable. It's just beautiful. Looks like we might have a storm coming in though. As I often enjoy doing, after breakfast and coffee, I took off for a short hike. And then it was time to pack things up, take my lessons, and head back to town. All right, guys, well, we're about wrapped up and ready to head out of here. I've got everything packed back in my vehicle. It was a great trip, a good reaffirmation that in the event of a temporary situation where we were vacated from our homes or couldn't get back into our neighborhoods for a natural disaster, say 3 days to a week, this would be a viable option for us. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, I really appreciate all your comments, subscriptions, interaction with my channel, and just your support. If there's videos that you guys would like to see me do, always feel free to suggest them in the comments or send me a direct message. So I'm gonna button up a few final things and then we're gonna roll out of here. So see you guys on the next one. Coyote Works out. All right, Jason, good trip, man. We'll see ya. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right.
Now, if you're easily offended, you should stop watching this video right here. But if not, stick around and watch some outtakes and bloopers from this trip.
Watch his perspective on this. Gosh, so close, so close.
Getting almost at it.
I know, that was really pretty good one too.
Fucking Wheeler. God damn it. Wheeler. I can't be putting any dog porn on my YouTube channel.
And if you're watching my channel, make sure you go over to Coyote Works and see if. God damn it. The last part. Last fucking part.
So if you're watching this video on my channel, oh, no, I fucked that up.
And I can kind of leave a little bit of that stress of what's going on at home alone, so that way I fucked it up.
That's all right. And go over and watch the version that Primal Outdoors will have up on his channel. I feel like we missed something, but I don't know what it is.